Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, wedding planner, owner of Bluebird Creative and Bride Academy, and I provide a weekly dose of wedding planning goodness for the modern couple as well as digital downloads. Now this week I wanted to dive in to some decor trends that we're going to be seeing in the wedding world that are coming from the interiors and kind of fashion space into weddings for 2024 and 2025. I mentioned a couple of these briefly in my 2024 wedding trends video, which if you haven't watched yet, I will link above for you and below in the description box. But a couple of these trends I really wanted to dive into, and this video is much more decor focused because guys, I am so here for the decor trends. Now I will preface this video with the whole, you don't have to follow the trends. You don't have to do these trends. Don't feel pressured to follow trends. This is just what we're seeing, what I'm inspired by, what I'm enjoying, and I'll be honest if I'm enjoying some of the trends and if I'm personally not enjoying some of the trends. I'm going to share my honest opinions and just hopefully give you some inspiration in this video, but I'm really looking forward to sharing some of these with you today. So without further ado guys, let's hop on into this week's video and show you what is going on. Okay, my loves, let's jump into what is actually my favourite trend that we are seeing coming through into interiors, and therefore I expect to start seeing it coming through into weddings. I'm seeing little glimpses of it in weddings, some lots of glimpses of it, and some I'm starting to see appear, and that's because it's happening in the interiors world. So I'll stop sounding cryptic. It's the coquette kind of vibe. It almost leans slightly into like Victorian era styling. Bear with me, let me explain. You may have seen over Christmas all across Instagram there were bows galore, and that very much fits into this coquette styling. Whether this continues in longevity, I'm not entirely sure, because it definitely was having its moment over Christmas, but I think we're going to start seeing it coming into weddings even more so. It was definitely happening in 2023. I think it's going to have a bigger moment in 2024. I mean, over Christmas we had hair bows, we had candle bows, we had napkin bows, we had dress bows, we had bows. Bows were everywhere, and I do really love them. They are so romantic. They just have this really beautiful, soft romantic style, but definitely leaning into this kind of coquette vibe. Another trend that fits into this coquette styling is frills, and this is one that I'm really excited about. We are seeing it kind of coming in a little bit in the decor space, and therefore I've seen it start to come into weddings a little bit, but not really have its moment yet, and I am really excited to play with this trend, definitely in the interior space. So when I'm talking about frills, I don't mean necessarily frills on outfits. I'm talking about decor. We're seeing napkins with kind of the old school frills around the edge, whether it's a scalloped edge or whether it's an actual frill sort of around the edge of the napkin. We're seeing placemats coming back with a frill around the edge. We're seeing table linen with a frill around the edge. We're seeing lampshades coming into the interior space with a frill around the edge. And I'm really feeling this vibe right now. It really fits in with the bows and the ribbons. Like, it all just matches in really beautifully. Cushions, they're all having the frill, and I'm absolutely obsessed. I've been eyeing up a set of cushions already just for my home because I'm absolutely loving this style. So this is going to be big, and I think that that's because we've got the likes of Bridgerton, which again is coming out this month, and I cannot wait for the next series. I don't know about you guys, but that's definitely been influencing weddings over the last few years since that program's come out. But I think we're really going to see an influx in 2024. Fitting into this coquette style, we've also still got like dainty prints on fabrics, which kind of will take me into my next trend, so I'm not going to go into it too much. But whether it's dainty prints on wallpaper, on plates and so on, we're definitely seeing that come in. I'm really excited to use that on china and crockery this year as well. Beautiful little dainty patterns, and also kind of like Victorian vibe charger plates, scalloped edges. Again, it's all fitting into this coquette kind of like styling, and I'm here for it, guys. This is my favorite trend. So to summarize, bows, frills, super romance, coquette vibes, historic nods to sort of the Victorian era, like the Bridgerton. It's all coming in this coquette styling and this decor, and I am very much here for it. Another trend that we're going to see is the patterned linens. Now, I talked about this briefly in our 2024 wedding trends, and I just wanted to dive into it with a little bit more inspiration for you guys here. So I think we're going to start seeing a lot more patterned table linen this year, whether that's in the style of napkins, whether that's in the style of actual tablecloths. It's definitely having its moment, and I'm really excited to see it coming through into weddings. Even if it's in sort of day before the wedding or brunches the day after the wedding, where it's a little bit more relaxed and informal, or not as many guests, but it's still extremely stylized and just detailed, if that makes sense. That pairing together is just utterly beautiful. You don't have to have as many florals on the table because the linens are doing the talking, and that excites me. I'm really excited to see this come through. We've had a lot of rustic tables over the last few years, and starting to see linen have its moment again is really exciting. This pattern play that I'm talking about is also coming into stationery and in crockery, like I said, sort of patterns on plates. There's some really amazing inspiration out there at the moment. Even the likes of H&M have got some awesome sort of china plates with some fab patterns and colours that are coming out, and there's some great inspiration out there at the moment. Next up, we've got moments and collections. Now, this is something that Drew from Lone Fox was talking about on his recent 2024 interiors trends video, which I will link below for you. Big fan, absolutely love all his interior styling and decor ranges. So if you are massively into interiors, then I definitely suggest that you go check him out. He was talking about collections and moments. For example, pottery moments, having lots of beautiful vases and pottery pieces all clustered together, lots of candlesticks all having a big moment together. How might that come into weddings, you might be asking? Now, recently there was a wedding designer who basically did a table arrangement with absolutely no flowers whatsoever, just candles, and it looked absolutely amazing. Imagine loads of brass candlesticks, lots of dripping wax, just really having its moment. Moody, atmospheric, and almost again like historic. I just really feel like this kind of historic vibe is absolutely coming through this year, and it's really exciting to see. Picture moments as well, like clusters of photos. That's not something that's new, but I think it's having a moment, and seeing how we can pull that trend into weddings is really exciting. Do you want to use that in your table plan, for example? Do you want to be adding photo moments to your wedding decor just to sort of signify moments in your relationship? How could you pull that through? You don't have to just follow wedding trends. You can absolutely be looking outside of the trends that you're seeing in weddings and looking to interiors, looking to fashion, and then seeing how you can pull that into weddings. That's kind of how the wedding trends typically start anyway, is the trends start outside of the wedding world and then they tend to drip into weddings. So really excited to sort of see how people might start playing with that one as well. And finally, this is a trend that has been talked about a bit, and we're absolutely seeing this in fashion. I'm sharing it, but I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. But as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to share with you the trends that we're seeing. I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm feeling it, I'll tell you. If I'm not feeling it, I'll tell you. So let me tell you what I think about this one. Silver. Silver is absolutely having its moment in fashion, and I think it's going to be huge in 2024. We had the silver pleather trousers, the silver mini skirts. They were all huge at Christmas in 2023, and I think they're still going to continue through into 2024. I bet you will be seeing a load of silver in the summer of 2024. It wouldn't surprise me if we had sort of like silk dresses in a real shimmery silver happening. I think it's going to have its moment, and therefore it will end up trickling back into weddings. So are we going to be seeing silver candlesticks coming back and silver cutlery, that kind of thing? Gold has absolutely been having its moment. Copper had a little moment a little while back as well. But my honest opinion on this one is I'm really enjoying it in fashion. I don't own any silver pieces myself because I don't suit it. I'm very much a gold girl. My jewellery is gold. This jewellery was gold. It needs replacing. But I am very much a gold girl. I could never fully sit into like the grey, like interiors trends because I like warmer colours. And I very much sit towards gold cutlery, gold candlesticks, that kind of thing. Doesn't mean to say that silver doesn't have a place, and if people want to go for it, I think it can look amazing. I'm personally just a gold person, but I think we're going to see it start coming through a little bit more. And it's cost effective because silver cutlery typically comes as standard. If you want to choose gold cutlery, then you have to upgrade, and that comes at a cost. So this could be a trend that a lot of people want to hop onto for 2024 because it definitely works better with your budget, and you can design sort of the whole vibe and make sure it's in keeping. A lot of people will perhaps choose brass candlesticks and gold features for their signage, and then they'll have silver cutlery because perhaps they haven't included an upgrade into their budget or so on. Whereas now you can start leaning towards the silver and actually have an in-keeping design in the detail, it being on trend and it being more cost effective. So it'd be interesting to see how that kind of evolves over the next 12 months. So there we go, guys, a couple of decor, interior and fashion trends that I'm seeing starting to trickle into weddings. The coquette styling is absolutely my favourite. Bring on the bows, bring on the frills. I am so here for the frills. If anybody is looking for frilled design, hook me up, I'm here for it, I cannot wait. I hope you found this video helpful, guys. Really enjoying bringing you trends and talking a lot more about design at the moment. But as always, if there's anything that you guys want to hear from me, if any videos that you want to see, then absolutely pop them in the comments box below. If you're loving all this design information and you're struggling with how to bring design into your wedding planning, then don't forget that you can check out my design book template. It gives you a whole book, 24 pages in fact, of inspiration of how to actually design your wedding. It takes you through how to add in your colour palette, the textures, your florals, your stationery. It's basically a template for you to input and completely customize with your colors, imagery that is inspiring you, and it will literally take you through from the ceremony all the way through to the end of the day, so that you end up with a 24-page booklet that is bespoke to you and your wedding. So you can use that as inspiration when you're reaching out to suppliers. You can send it to suppliers so that they understand the vision and so on. It's fully comprehensive. I will link it in the box below for you. Have an amazing week, guys. I'll be back next week with some more wedding planning goodness. Until then, see you later.